Local representatives are also weighing in on the airstrike.
News 4's Dave Graber continues our team coverage with their reactions. Dave?
Well, Don, when news broke late last night that the U.S. had destroyed a Syrian airfield in a surprise attack, federal lawmakers began choosing sides. Now, there is broad support for the response to what many think is Bashar al-Assad's second chemical attack on civilians. But there are those, including many New York Democrats, who felt left in the dark about the attack and are wary of the response. As ranks of Syrian military this morning surveyed the damage left by nearly 5 dozen U.S. cruise missiles, the ranks were forming within the walls of Congress. The support was widespread on both sides of the aisle.
I salute the professionalism and skill of our armed forces.
But guarded among Democrats.
It is now, however, incumbent on the Trump administration to come up with a coherent strategy and consult with Congress before implementing it.
During a stop in Depew on Friday, Congressman Chris Collins said the move is another example of the president making good on campaign promises.
President Trump now, in facing the realities and the enormity of his job, took the action that I think was appropriate given this initial situation. He certainly informed Russia what we were going to do, so we didn't escalate this into some kind of world war.
Both Senator Kirsten Gillibrand and Democrat Representative Brian Higgins condemned this week's chemical attacks. Both called for responses from the U.S., but each spoke out against a long-term, boots-on-the-ground approach. Said Gillibrand, quote, "There's no military-only solution to the suffering in Syria. The American people need answers from the administration about their plan here and how they will bring coalition partners to the table for a long-term diplomatic solution." Higgins called the fight in Syria one of, quote, raw power and control between a murderous dictator and violent extremist. But he also said he's long opposed wholesale American intervention in Syria, and he says the Congress must debate an authorization and the use of military force. Now, today we asked Collins about seeking congressional approval ahead of time, and he said, quote, "One thing you can't do is go to the halls of Congress and ask them to, in some timely fashion, do something," end quote. He also said doing so would have put Assad on notice. Reporting live in the studio, Dave Graber, News 4 at 6.